Picture this in your mind. You finally decide to get serious about your finances. Every month, you start putting money aside. Maybe $100 one month, $200 the next, and so on. It feels good, responsible. Like you're finally becoming financially mature. But then one day, you check your banking app and notice something strange. Your savings account has $10,000 sitting there, yet it's barely earning anything. Maybe 0.5% interest. After an entire year, you've made around $50. At the same time, you constantly hear people talking about investing, stocks, index funds, compound growth, passive income, and suddenly you start wondering, hold on, am I doing this wrong? Because saving money is important, but saving alone rarely builds real wealth, and this is exactly where many people feel stuck. They understand the importance of saving, but they have no idea how to transition from saving to investing. So in this video, we're going to go through a clear, step-by-step path to turn savings into investing without feeling overwhelmed or risking your financial security. My name is Paul. If you currently have money sitting in savings but aren't sure how to start investing it, make sure to subscribe and leave a like on the video. Let's start with something that may sound surprising. Saving money alone probably won't make you wealthy. Don't get me wrong, saving matters, but saving is only the foundation, not the final destination. Here's why. Savings protect your money. Investments are designed to grow your money. Those are completely different purposes. Let's use simple math. Say you keep $5,000 inside a regular savings account earning 1% annual interest. After 1 year, you have $5,050. Now compare that to investing. Historically, the S&P 500 has averaged roughly 10% per year on average over long periods. If that same $5,000 grew at 10% annually, after 1 year, you'd have $5,500. At first, the difference doesn't seem life-changing, but the real power is compounding over time. After 20 years, that savings account growing at 1% would become around $6,100. Meanwhile, investing at 10% equals about $33,600, same starting amount. Completely different future. And this is where it gets really interesting. The biggest financial gap isn't usually between people who save and people who spend. It's between people who only save and people who invest. So why don't more people make the switch? The answer isn't math. It's an emotion and psychology. Saving feels safe while investing feels risky. When your money sits in savings, it doesn't fluctuate. You can log into your account anytime and see the exact number sitting there. No sudden drops, no stressful fluctuations. But investments move up and down constantly. Some days the market rises, other days it drops sharply for no obvious reason, and that emotional volatility scares people away. You might be thinking, okay, Paul, but I don't want to lose the money I worked hard to save. And honestly, that's totally fair. That's why the move from saving to investing should happen in stages, not overnight. So let's break down the process step by step. Step 1. Build a proper emergency fund. Before investing anything, you should have at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved in cash. This money should be in savings. It's not for investing, it's protection money. It's for unexpected problems like job layoffs, medical bills, car repairs, emergencies. One major reason people panic and sell investments at the worst possible time is because they suddenly need cash. An emergency fund protects your investments from your own life. Step 2. Mentally separate saving from investing. This is more important than most people realize. Think of your money as 2 separate categories. The first bucket is safety money. The second bucket is growth money. Safety money stays stable and secure as a savings. Growth money is allowed to rise and fall because its purpose is long-term growth. Making this mental distinction can reduce a huge amount of stress and anxiety around investing that makes you relax. Step 3. Start with small always. Look, a lot of beginners think investing requires thousands of dollars to begin. It doesn't. Today, many brokerage platforms let you start with as little as $50 or $100 easily. At first, the objective isn't to become rich overnight. The real goal is creating consistency over the timing. because steady long-term habits are far more important than trying to perfectly time the market. Step 4. Focus on simple investments first. This is where many beginners go wrong and make mistakes. They jump immediately into complicated strategies: day trading, options, crypto hype, hedge funds, bonds. But in reality, simple investing strategies often outperform complicated ones over the long run. For example, index funds. Instead of trying to pick individual winning companies, index funds let you invest in hundreds of companies at once. That means diversification, lower risk, and long-term market growth. It's simple and it works, effective and proven. In fact, legendary investor Warren Buffett has repeatedly advised that low-cost index funds are one of the best choices for most investors. Now, here's something many people don't realize. The most effective investing strategy is actually pretty boring. It's called consistent investing. Imagine you invest $500 every month into the stock market, skip a few dinners out, cancel a subscription or two. If the market averages 8% per year, after 25 years, you'd have roughly $475,000. But here's the crazy part. You only contributed $150,000. The rest, almost $325,000, comes from investment growth. That's compounding working in your favor. You never earned it. You never worked for it. It just grew, quietly, while you slept. That's the real power of investing. Of course, psychology still plays a huge role here, because investing doesn't always feel comfortable. Markets become volatile at any time. Headlines become dramatic, people panic. And this is where disciplined investors separate themselves from emotional gamblers. Here's a simple analogy. Saving money is like keeping seeds stored safely in a jar. You're protecting them, but nothing grows. Investing is like planting those seeds in the ground. At first, it may look messy and uncertain. Growth isn't immediate, but over time, those seeds eventually turn into something much bigger than the original seeds. Now, maybe you're wondering, okay, but what happens if the market crashes right after I start investing? That's actually a great question, because market crashes are normal. They've happened many times throughout history. But here's the key insight. Long-term investors often benefit from those downturns. Why? Because when markets go down, prices fall, your monthly investments buy more shares at discounted prices. And when markets eventually recover, those lower-priced purchases can produce even stronger gains. That's why experienced investors usually focus on decades, not daily market volatility. So let's quickly summarize the path from saving to investing. First, build an emergency fund with 3 to 6 months of expenses. Second, separate your money into safety money and growth money. Third, start investing small amounts consistently. Fourth, focus on simple long-term investments like index funds instead of risky quick money strategies. And fifth, stay patient and let compounding do its work over time. Because at the end of the day, saving money gives you stability, but investing gives your money the chance to create freedom. And the earlier you combine both, the stronger your financial future can become. If this video gave you a clearer understanding of how to move from saving to investing, don't forget to subscribe and drop a like. And I'd love to know, are you still mainly saving money, or have you already started investing? Let me know in the comments below. Because the moment your money starts transitioning from saving to investing, everything starts to change. And I'm confident this video will inspire you to begin investing too.